Of course, we will find out later on today into tomorrow morning who the new president is. We're less than 2 hours away from the polls opening up here in Upper Michigan. Ansley Watson is at one of the City of Marquette polling places to see what the day has in store. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. I'm standing outside the city building here in Marquette where precincts 3, 4, and 5 will be taking place. Now, this is a reminder that these precincts used to take place in the Marquette Armory. So if you used to go here, now it is here at 1100 Wright Street. Now, by 6 o'clock, workers are going to be coming to this building, help setting up for this very, very busy election day. So we'll be going in there, seeing what that's all going to look like. But if you don't know what your ballot looks like beforehand, you actually can go to michigan.gov/vote. Pull up that. You can type in some of your information and pull up what your actual ballot will look like. So stay with us. We're going to be talking about the preparation all morning long. Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right. Thank you very much, Ansley. And of course, you know, those people working the election polls, you are the heroes today. They have got long days.
Yeah.
They're going to be answering a lot of questions as it goes through. So hang tough. We appreciate it.
Fill up on coffee and donuts.
Yeah. Welcome back. Election day and polling locations are now getting ready for a busy day. Ansley Watson is at one of those locations in the city of Marquette. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki. That's right. I'm here at the Cityplex on Wright Street. Volunteers just came in right before 6 o'clock to start setting up. It's a busy, busy morning. Joining me this morning is the Marquette City Clerk, Chris Hazaras. Good morning.
Good morning.
So this is obviously, we're staying in the Cityplex. It's a semi-new voting location. Where did it used to be?
Used to be over across the street at the Armory, but the Armory, due to circumstances, we weren't able to use that anymore, and fortunately the city had just purchased this property and we were able to move the voters over here. So it's a tough gig to move 5,000 voters and find a place for them. So this works out.
So this is for precincts 3, 4, and 5. Where are the other precinct locations at?
Precinct 1 and 2 are at the Barriga Gym in City Hall, and precincts 6 and 7 are at the YMCA gym.
Now, obviously, this has been a much anticipated election day. Kind of give us a general layout of what this day is going to look like.
We're hoping it's going to be a busy day. Generally, presidential election is very, very busy. So we're going to see a lot of people everywhere. Polls open at 7. They don't close until 8 p.m. So everybody should have a chance to get out and vote.
What about absentee ballots? Have you seen more of those come in?
We have. Actually, we're 5 short of 2,500 that we issued. So there is a lot of activity. We're seeing a lot of things happen. We just know it's going to be busy.
Now, this isn't just for electing our next United States president, but it's also, there's other races on the ballot here.
There's other races. There are Regents University, there are county races, there are several county races that are on the ballot. And of course we have the nonpartisan races, which are school board, city commission, and board of light and power. So make sure we're trying to get out the word to both sides of the ballot must be voted.
Now, you actually have a sample ballot right here. I was saying earlier, if somebody wanted to see what their ballot was going to look like, they can go to a website.
They can. They can go right to the Secretary of State, michigan.gov, or Michigan Voter Information Center, and you can actually put in your name, your birth date, and the location of your precinct will pop up, your actual ballot will pop up. You'll be able to see everything before you come into the precinct. And I highly suggest that because you can review your ballot before you even come in to vote. You have the opportunity to see who you want to vote for, mark down who you want to vote for, and then lessen the time in the precinct that you have to be here in a voting booth.
Now, I mentioned earlier you have a lot of volunteers working, getting ready for the day. What are they doing right now?
They're setting up the tabulators, setting up the computers. They're getting ready to make history.
All right. Chris, thank you so much for being with us. We'll have more about this later in the hour, so stay with us. Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, thank you very much, Ansley. And again, a reminder that you do need to have identification to vote today. If you don't have it, you just have to sign an affidavit here in the state of Michigan. But just keep that in mind. If you bring your ID, it just...
Welcome back. We're just minutes away from the polls opening up for Election Day. Ansley Watson is at the City Building in Marquette to see how they're getting ready. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Sam. We are just minutes away, and you know what? There's actually already a line of people in a line ready to vote this morning. Joining me this morning is Marquette City Clerk Chris Hazaras. Good morning.
Good morning.
Very busy day for you.
Very busy day. You can see we already have people in line to vote, and shortly we'll be announcing that the polls are open.
So we're standing in the Cityplex in Marquette, where volunteers are here, been setting up, ready to go. Kind of give us the rundown of what today is going to look like.
Well, when you come into a precinct, if you know where you go to vote, go ahead into your precinct. You'll be filling out an application to vote. We will ask you for a photo ID. If you do not have a photo ID, say you walked over here, you biked over here, you forgot your ID, we're going to ask that you fill out an application on the back attesting that you just are not in possession of your ID. So you certainly have that right to vote, and just come in, go right into your precinct. If you're in question of what precinct you vote in, there's a help desk at each of the precinct beginning areas. Just go directly there. They can look you up in the computer, tell you exactly which precinct you are voting in, and you'll be on your way.
Now, if anybody is discouraged or doesn't know if they should come and vote, why would you encourage people to come out and vote?
You're absolutely part of a history-making process. At this point, it's been such an interesting couple years of things going on with the candidates, and it's not only the national candidates; it's the local candidates. So it's your right to vote. It's your voice in government. So I encourage everyone to come out and vote. And actually, Election Day is pretty much a social hour. People come out and talk with people, get other opinions on what they're doing, or just saying hi to their neighbors. It's a pretty friendly area.
Talk about the behind-the-scenes work of here at the city. What's it been like?
It's been crazy. We have been extremely busy in both our office and in the precinct setting up. You can see all the activity. It's a whole process of checks and balances that we are pretty much fine-tuned to. This is something I really enjoy. So I'm really kind of a stickler about things. So we're ready to roll. We're ready to see history happen.
Is there anything else the residents need to know before they come in and vote?
Just be prepared to have a photo ID. That's what you're going to be asked for, because that's how we identify you. It's not only your birth date and your name. We can face-to-face recognize you, and it's again checks and balances for the person voting is who you say you are.
Well, Chris, thank you so much for being with us this morning. I know it's going to be a very, very long day
It's
for
going to
you.
be a long day.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, and we'll be back with more of your TV6 Morning News after the break.